To set the stage, let me remind you that things were quite different in Jackie's time at UCLA. USC had had no colored football players since Howard Jones became their coach some 10 years earlier. No Negro could stay overnight in Westwood, on campus or off campus, unless they were a maid, a butler, or a chauffeur. We were proud that UCLA had 4 of our men on the football team: Kenny Washington, Woody Strode, Ray Bartlett, and John Wynn. Due to his transfer from junior college, Jackie only had 2 years of eligibility at UCLA. He managed in those 2 years to become UCLA's first 4-sport letterman by lettering in football, basketball, baseball, and track, even though the latter 2 were played in the same season. In basketball, he was the high point man for the Pacific Coast League in both of his seasons, even though he had never beaten a game against USC. In track, he had beaten his brother Mac's interscholastic record of 25 feet 1/2 inch in the broad jump, after which he changed to his baseball uniform and helped his team to the conference championship. Now, just in case you're not aware, that was the same Mac Robinson who won the silver medal in the 200-meter dash behind Jesse Owens in the Berlin Olympics of 1936. Jackie was used to being a 4-letterman. He had accomplished the same remarkable feat at both John Muir High School and at Pasadena Junior College. There was no doubt about Jackie's athletic ability to play Major League Baseball. It was his temper which concerned me. Not even a military court-martial, nor the threat of lynching, had been enough to cause him to back down from what he perceived to be his due. And this was the man that Branch Rickey was asking to hold his temper for 3 full years, no matter what was said or done to him. Poor Jackie only had 2 cheeks, and he wasn't used to turning either one of them. His response to Mr. Rickey was, quote, "Mr. Rickey, are you looking for a Negro who is afraid to fight back?" Close quote. To which Mr. Rickey replied, "Robinson, I'm looking for a ball player with guts enough not to fight back." That Jackie made and kept the promise for a full 2 years is a greater feat than all of his other accomplishments put together. And I am happy to admit that he proved me to be wrong. He kept his promise in spite of the most unspeakable provocations, and I feel certain that doing so shortened his life. After 2 years, Mr. Rickey realized the toll that the restraint was taking on Jackie. He told Jackie that he was free to be himself. Once released from his pledge, Jackie took on all comers, on the field and off. Opposing players, the press, Barry Goldwater, Bill Buckley, Malcolm X, Louis Michaud, and yes, Dr. Martin Luther King, Roy Wilkins, and Paul Robeson. Jackie achieved a great deal of acclaim during his shortened lifetime. Rookie of the Year, Most Valuable Player, a World Series ring, Baseball Hall of Fame, Vice President of Chuck Full of Nuts, Chairman of the NAACP Freedom Fund Drive, membership on the NAACP National Board, the NAACP Spring Arm Medal, an honorary doctorate from Harvard University, membership on the board of the Freedom Bank, and special assistant to New York's Governor Rockefeller for Community Affairs. How then was it that he entitled his autobiography, quote, "I never had it made"? The answer can be found on page 88 of that autobiography, where he explains, "I'm grateful for all of the breaks and honors that I've had, but I always believe I won't have it made until the humblest black kid in the most remote backwoods of America has it made. A team player to the end. Going 4 for 4 is not enough for a team player unless his team wins the game. We owe it to the memory of Jackie Robinson to pray and work for the day in which he could believe that he had it made.
Good afternoon. This is Leroy Cooper, Negro Baseball Curator, Historian, and we're here today